Let's talk some Longhorn recruiting because Texas has a 5-star on campus this weekend. Also, a couple other intriguing names. We're going to break it all down in this video. Let's start with Michael Terry III. Steve, this weekend, he is back in Austin. Last weekend, he was in Nebraska. How important is it to get him back to campus this weekend for the Longhorns?
Well, coming off such a great atmosphere at Nebraska, such a powerful win for the Huskers in that program as they try and turn around a team that's had 7 straight losing seasons. Michael Terry couldn't have picked a better atmosphere to be in. They had him down in the front row of Memorial Stadium around a lot of Nebraska's commits. He was in the locker room after the game. He believes that Nebraska is going to turn this thing around. This coaching staff is the right staff for them in Lincoln. Getting back to Texas, Texas is the leader going into these fall visits. That's where my on-3 RPM is. I still have not gotten any intel to make me think that that pick is in the wrong place. He's coming back for this game. The Texas-Georgia game is on the radar. It has been on the radar for a while. He's been there several times, loves the offense, loves the culture, loves where this program is at currently, and thinks he can be a big-time player doing multiple things in Steve Sarkisian's offense.
All right. Also, flip target on campus. I talked to Justin Wells about this week on some of our videos. Joseph Mbachu. This is a prospect that is committed to the Florida Gators, but hasn't really played a whole lot of football. He's new to the game, and he's new to the recruiting scene. And one of the teams that's all over him right now is the Texas Longhorns. Georgia also involved, but Joseph Mbachu in Austin this weekend. How serious of a flip target is he, or is Texas just kind of kicking the tires here?
Well, I think obviously both these parties are getting to know each other better, but I think it's just a testament to the level that Texas wants to recruit at. Recruit another top 5 class, recruit championship caliber prospects with high upside around the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. This is one of the better defensive line classes in the country already, and we still haven't even gotten to Javian Hilson from Cocoa, the number 2 edge in the on-3 industry rankings, who's trending towards Texas on the on-3 RPM right now. But Texas, they're not afraid to go in any part of the country and battle for a blue chipper, and that's the case here.
Yeah, you can see a lot of teams starting to get into this recruitment. It's always fun to see these senior year recruitments that blow up. I mean, and Joseph Mbachu, I mean, he's a hard one to miss. He's 6'7", almost 300 pounds. He plays a premium position on that D-line, so his recruitment's going to be a fun one to follow the next couple months. Circle back to Michael Terry. Do you think that he's going to make a decision soon? I mean, we had Nebraska last week, and we have Texas this week, and it seems like these are the top 2 teams on his list. So if he knocked out 2 visits in 2 weeks, maybe could we be ready for a decision?
Well, there's not much more he needs to see. He wanted to decide before his senior year, so obviously there was a little bit of doubt and some things he wanted to go see. Maybe he wants to go take in a game inside Autzen Stadium up in Oregon too. So we'll see if he gets the Ducks on the itinerary for a game visit, but I still like where Texas stands for him right now going into this visit. As far as a timeline, that's been fluid. But Texas, they're casting a big net right now, kind of going back to our last topic, Josh, because of the new 105 scholarship limit. And I think we're going to see some teams take some extra defensive linemen, some extra high upside front 7 players with traits to bolster the competition in those most important rooms. And so it'll be interesting to see what Texas's strategy is with the 105 number.
All right, now Zalous Hicks, he's trending to Texas, 2026, the number 3 safety in the country. He's out of Carrollton, Georgia. We know how many prospects come out of that area. Would he be a huge pickup? I mean, what's the significance of Zalous Hicks trending heavily to Texas this early in the cycle?
Well, it would be a big recruiting win in SEC country. Has one of the more flattering offer lists in the country. I talked to his head coach, Joey King, this morning over at Carrollton. Carrollton competing for a high school national championship this season. And Joey King said that Zalous has grown a lot since being with us. He's naturally aggressive player that can really run to the football, and you see that on film. He is covering a lot of turf, a lot of green to make plays, a hustle player for sure. Coach King talked about him doing a good job improving his cover skills, his cover ability, understanding coverages. Certainly he has the length and speed. Again, you see that on tape. then Coach King said, I think he can be a complete player with the ability to tackle, cover, and understand scheme. I just like the motor he plays with. Again, no play is over for him until he hears a whistle. He's a chase down guy, plays with a lot of range, and again, has those physical traits that you're looking for.
Yeah, and he's a borderline 5-star, ranked at number 33 overall early on in that 2026 cycle. Speaking of borderline 5-stars, Javian Hilson, he just decommitted from FSU last weekend. You immediately put in that prediction to Texas. What do you think is the timeline for this recruitment to end?
Well, Hayes Fawcett, our colleague, reported that he's got his eye on several schools right now. Sounds like he's going to take it into December based on that, but we'll see if he speeds up this timeline. I like where Texas stands for him right now. He's going to be inside the swamp checking out the Florida Gators this weekend. He's had some good experiences at Florida before in the past, including a game day visit. So we'll see if they can make a move against a SEC opponent in Texas A&M. But when he committed to Florida State, it came down to Texas and Florida State, and he raved about the Longhorns numerous times. There were times where maybe they led there at the end, but just Florida State was able to pull it out for a minute, and he, quotes from him in the past, when people say everything is big in Texas, it's big, but he loved the coaching staff there. He talked about Coach PK, the defensive coordinator, said he's a good coach around, really enjoyed watching film with him, thinks it's a scheme that he can really flourish, and talked about it being between Texas and Florida State at that time. And obviously now I like where Texas stands as he reopened his process, and I think it's up to those other schools to make a move on Hookham.
Yep, I like where Texas stands as well for Javian Hilson. But Texas fans, talk to Steve and I. Where do you think Texas stands for Michael Terry, Joseph Mbachu? Let us know. Comment section below.